What's going on, everybody? As you can see, my crazy bird's still out there tweeting around. 2 seconds. All right. Whew. Great googly moogly. All right. Here's the deal. For the people in the XRP community, we are 100% off base because the majority of people that are turning into the social media feeds on XRP news, we're looking from the perspective of the American market. Now we hear bits and pieces, this country here, that country, partner, whatever, but you have to understand, if you look at XRP Ripple, what Ripple is doing in these countries, from the perspective of the people in the country, you'll understand the market space Ripple is looking to take over. Okay, let me give you an example. If you lived overseas and you live in a country that has to buy dollars in order to do all types of transactions, you would understand the disadvantage that you're in, because a lot of times you're buying dollars. You're not buying dollars from America. You're buying dollars from other countries back and forth. You know, the liquidity of it. So then that's passed down to the people, and it creates like an uneven playing field with different levels of social poverty, and economic growth is stunt like in Africa. Here comes Ripple XRP with this new way of having liquidity without having to go through the American system. You know what's going on overseas right now? Bankers are now saying, "Oh, wait a minute, this is a cash cow for us. We could open up our country. We could open up now to new liquidity pools back and forth." And the manufacturers and everybody inside the countries, farmers, miners, everybody, they're saying, wait a minute, we can now do business from around the world. We don't have to exchange our money for dollars anymore. The pressure, it's like holding a beach ball under the water. That's what's happened for so many years, because the American dollar system, the Swiss system, has been on top of it. Now, these countries overseas, they're not just implementing Ripple XRP into this. What they're doing, they're seeing a vision now outside of the reach of America. So when people want to talk about, can XRP be worth a lot of money as far as the coin, it's always going to be based on the liquidity, the friction of how many coins are being used simultaneously at that moment. That's what's going to cause the price to go up. People are going to hold it. Some will be in escrow. Some XRP is going to be burnt out in order to obviously create the smart contract feature. But the thing you need to understand is, while banks are currently implementing Ripple/XRP into their system, what people need to understand is countries are now preparing to implement a dollar-free society utilizing XRP Ripple's liquidity channels outside the US SWIFT system. Do you understand? Now, people tell me all the time, well, what about Morgan? What about now Citi has it? Let me tell you something. You think the leaders in Africa want to go through Morgan and Citi? You think they want to continue using the banks in the UK and the EU? You think they want to continue using that colonial system? You think the Middle East wants to continue going through Europe and the United States? Banks are getting ready to be 100% blockchain. Let's say XLM, XRP, whatever it may be. That may be, and it's going to start, 2024, we're green light. But don't forget that the countries overseas see this as an opportunity to finally get out from under this, boot on the neck that they've had for the biggest time. I mean, you got to understand something. Living overseas the way I've had for several years as an American, and knowing well-to-do people overseas, I can tell you this is a seismic shift that's coming. Now, God bless America. I love my country. I love my people. I distrust and despise my government. But you need to understand something. Overseas, the level of poverty and block to economic growth has all happened because of the monopoly that has happened on Wall Street. And when I say Wall Street, I say the big banks as well, because they're the same thing. Okay, they're one and the same. Okay, the devil got horns and he got a tail. That's what it is. This is the first time without war that somebody can tell America, go fuck your mother. We're not doing business with you that way anymore. You may say, that's horrible for America. America has its own problems it has to fix. I'm team humanity. I want humans to be free. Okay? I don't believe in, yeah, we feel great. Everybody else has to suffer. That doesn't work. America has a lot of problems it could fix, and it could be an amazing thing. We don't have to have a dollar force on people's neck. And then we are the only ones that had these liquidity channels. And guess what? Here comes this company called Ripple. And they got a coin, and they got some liquidity services and messaging and stuff like that, whatever. And they could just cancel everything out. You ever wonder why in the Middle East you got big banners for Ripple and everything like that? Now they say, come on. We're not even talking about Asia. Forget about that one. Just think about the Middle East and Africa. 2024 is going to be the biggest financial revolution we've ever seen. It just depends what side you're going to be on. X-Force.